Your beauty.
It's done me. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Dream Team Tonic podcast. As usual, the intro has done me. I'm Tony, the reffing legend, and with me this evening, Ben. Are you there, mate?
How you doing? All right.
We're hearing that we're 6 minutes late because you had to do your hair.
Yeah.
Looking good.
Sorted it, mate. Sorted it. And Scott, are you there, mate?
Yeah, all good. Making it through the international break.
Oh, it's dire, isn't it? It's just awful. I watched the rugby today, though. Rugby were good. England versus Fiji. I don't know if you caught any of the cricket earlier on.
Nope.
No?
Not for me.
All I know is that Wales got beat by Argentina, didn't they?
Like rugby?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but shouldn't laugh too much. England got beat by Afghanistan at cricket. So, yeah. Moving swiftly on. Yeah, obviously international breaks, and we hate them. I hate them as a football fan anyway, but as a fancy football player, they're awful, aren't they?
It's like you can't even like take the time. I don't think you can even take the time to plan ahead or anything because so much stuff happens in between, injuries and all that nonsense. So just wait for it to blow over.
Yeah, definitely.
It's given us more people in the chat though. It's given us more people in the chat though today.
That's they're all eager. Thanks to everybody who has subscribed to the Patreon. We do, as always, appreciate your support, and it's great to have the interactive. I love this, the interactive side. We get quite a few funny comments there in there. But so yeah, evening to Conk, Andy, Ashley, Patrick.
Evening.
All good to have you. Good to have you watching live. And like I say, drop any questions or whatever else. And any comments in there as well. And if they're clean enough, they'll make her.
Keep them clean.
Obviously, we had the last week of the game, the football. We didn't pod, so this will be a little update into what our teams did that last game week, and then a little bit of what you can do planning going forward and looking forwards into that. We'll have an update on all the leagues, which will be interesting, especially the Patreon leagues. Obviously, we've got the Premier League, the Championship, the League One going, which is obviously going to have bearings going forwards into the Patreon Cup and other things. So, yeah, it's important that people do well in them. So we'll see. Ben, you're first up, mate, for your team from the last game week.
Yeah, 61 points, 702 points overall now. I'm 27k. I've gone up a little bit. I was like 35k before, so it's going up, creeping up.
We know what you're like, Ben. Coming from the back. Coming from the back, as it's always said.
Yeah. It's a bit harder this year to do that, to come from behind. I've noticed because there's just points everywhere. Everyone's getting points. All the players are getting points. So with all these extra points for shots, chances created, everything. It just seems to be points everywhere. So yeah. I kept Saka. He's injured. I thought it was all a bit of an Arteta game. I thought, he's going to play him. He's going to play him. Biggest game of the season. He's got to play. Best play. He's never missed a match for 80 odd games, and he didn't even play, did he? He wasn't even in the squad.
No, that was horrible. Do you hear the story behind that as well? That
no, go on.
They said that basically there's been too many leaks at the moment, at Arsenal, and Arteta actually phoned Southgate up, told him he'll be all right for the second game. So Southgate put him in the squad. That's why he appeared in the England team selection, and he went in full kit and training gear to the game as well. That was never in the squad, just to keep people on their toes.
that is taking pep roulette and other things to another level. That
horrible fantasy football nightmare, isn't he now, Arteta?
What a wanker! I mean, that's putting it politely. Yeah, but yeah, go on.
Unlucky.
I've got Kaminsky in goal still, 3 points. Cash and Digne at the back, double Villa, 4 points for Cash and 3 points for Digne. Dallo, 6 points. Bruno Guimaraes, I brought him in for Gordon and he got 1 point.
Got lucky there.
I know. Could have been sent off. He was a lucky boy. And I also brought in Ward-Prowse. Finally got him in. I've been wanting him for weeks. He got 4 points. Not too bad. Not as good as he's been getting, though. But yeah, it ticks along nicely without scoring any goals or assists. Bruno Fernandes, 5 points. Haaland, 3. Rashford, 4. And Salah captain, 28. So I nailed the captaincy. That's the good thing.
Yeah, smashed it. Yeah,
decent pick, isn't it?
I don't think we can find out, can we? But was Salah the highest on captain?
I don't know how you can find out actually on Dream Team. Sometimes they release articles and stuff, don't they? Saying no, I'm not sure. It must have been Haaland still, the main captain. I reckon a lot of people just stuck with.
Yeah.
Did you captain Haaland, Tony?
You know me, don't you? No, but as I said in the last pod, because I thought everyone's going to go Salah. Or most people, especially the switched on managers, they're going to go to Salah. And I thought, well, sod it. And as I said, I did say last week, the other week, I did say, I think with the way it were going, I was thinking Haaland was the differential. I thought Haaland would be slightly less captain than Salah. And whether it proves that way or not, I picked the wrong captain. But I got away with it because I own Salah, for one. And I also own a Spurs asset, which I think within that week, I think Son, Maddison might have assured a few captaincies as well. So just by owning Maddison, Salah and Haaland, I do think that he didn't hurt me too much. I got away with one there, I think.
Son was the big one, wasn't it, that disappointed, I suppose, as well.
Yeah. And do you know, the people that have put the captaincies on Son, I completely seen it. Like, yeah, why not? Same with Maddison. He were another great option. But yeah, Salah, penalty and a goal. Yeah, brought it home, didn't he? For the teams that didn't do quite so well, he obviously tidied that up for him as well. So yeah,
I think there's another big question mark. We've got it as one of the questions later, but this week's going to be a big one for captaincy again. I think it's going to be a tough one, but we'll leave it because we have got a question on it.
Yeah, definitely.
I reckon we'll have to get onto FF stuff, see if we can find out the captaincies for the last game weeks.
Yeah, the percentages.
Yeah,
it'd be interesting to see what happened there. But yeah, if you've creeped up, then it's progress, isn't it?
Yeah.
What are you thinking? What are you thinking? I know a lot can change over the internationals, but what are you thinking for next week? You've got a couple things to look at.
Yeah. Well, obviously, it's a long way to go till next weekend. So I had a quick look at it tonight, and obviously, if Saka's still out, gives me a lot of money to play with.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking Saka to Trippier, and then Kaminsky to Areola. Because Fabianski is out injured. There's no return date on Fabianski yet, so that could be a good enabler to hopefully get 2 games a week in Europe.
Yeah,
and the cups
definitely.
as well. So
you can't see him risking going lower, going to the third keeper for them games. So you'd expect Areola in the net. Yeah, good shout.
Well, I'm hoping. Sorry,
I was going to say one thing I noticed is Bruno Guimaraes. I think he's on his fourth yellow that game. That old tightrope.
Yeah.
And who've they got next? Newcastle?
Crystal Palace and bought Borussia Dortmund.
Oh, you'll be all right for the week then, won't you, at least?
Yeah. Don't be kicking someone from Palace, is he?
He's no Gordon.
Yeah, you're all right. But yeah, good shout on the Areola. Scott, how's your team done, mate? How did your team do last week?
Yeah, I had a decent week. 74 points for the game week, and then up to 764 points. That's taken me to 2.4k. So just started all right, I think. Johnston, I bought him in. I had him out for a little while for Sanchez, didn't I? But I bought him back in, and he kept the clean sheet, and it didn't go well for Sanchez. So yeah, that one worked all right. Burn and Trippier didn't do too much today. Trippier got an assist. Cash with the 4 points, and then Saliba with the 8, which I weren't expecting. A clean sheet against City.
Bonus.
No chance. Which has given me a bit of a headache now because he was one of the people I thought I might lose for maybe playing part of the bus, but I don't know if I want to take him out now. It's a little bit of a confidence booster, isn't it? They got Chelsea and Sevilla next, so
could be injured still, couldn't he? Though.
Yeah, he's got a toe injury, I think they said.
Fucking toe injury.
Yeah.
Oh, he stubbed it.
Not a clue.
No, little lad stubbed his toe earlier. He's all right. He's up for school tomorrow.
Not flagged.
No, he's not going to flag on him.
He's been apparently Saliba's been suffering it for a few weeks, but he's been playing him because he needed him for the big match against Man City. So
yeah, whether or not they'd take him out now that big game's out of the way, I'm not too sure. But yeah, 8 points though. Happy with that. Bruno, you still got Bruno in your team? Yeah, you haven't you? 5 points. Yeah. He keeps doing just enough to not rage
just
take
enough
him
to
out.
get kicked out.
He's like, if he was getting sort of 2s and 3s, you'd just bin him off, wouldn't you, or something like that? But he's just doing.
Honestly,
enough.
In my team, if that flag didn't go on Saka this week, he were gone.
No,
he were out.
I just don't want to take him out for this next 2 games, isn't it? Sheffield United and Copenhagen. I just can't.
He's going to come out for that week. I think we discussed it on the last pod, didn't we? Where is it game week 10, where it's City?
Yeah, Newcastle.
Yeah, City, Newcastle.
Official last chance.
Yeah. I mean, if United tick, he's usually part of it. But unfortunately, they have been
Ain't happening, is it?
I'll say it quietly so the YouTube listener doesn't hear. But they've been shit. Haven't they? I mean, McTominay has completely gotten out of jail the other night against Brentford.
He's got to be back starting as striker, hasn't he, McTominay? He's constantly.
That's what he used to play as a youth player. He played up there. Get him up there.
He could be the new Fellaini. They used to play him up. They used to push him up at times, didn't they?
Yeah, why not?
Obviously, Gordon done nothing for me this week because he was on the naughty step. But somehow managed a price rise, so I took that. off the last week.
Right.
Not off no points. And then Foden managed 7 in that game against Arsenal somehow. He keeps doing quite well for bonus, so not bad there. Alvarez just a 2, Salah captain, the same as Ben, 28 points, and then Haaland with 3. So not a bad week at all. But
it's a decent score, that 74.
Yeah.
A lot of people obviously that didn't go as heavy City that have got a higher score, but yeah. Go on, Scott.
Now I'm just contemplating what to do next because it looks like might be the first guinea pig of the lot of us to play this chip. I'm still feeling it, despite you trying to put me off, Ben.
Is this the part of the bus?
Yeah,
he's going for it.
I'm gonna take Alvarez out. I'm gonna take Alvarez out for Trent.
Ooh.
Probably better off taking Haaland down there.
That's what a lot of people are doing, aren't they? I can't take him out. I can't take Haaland out. But then that leaves me 0.3. I'm minus 0.3, so I need to lose 0.3 somewhere. I was looking at either Saliba, maybe to come out for Dallo. He's been quite popular. Can save money there. But then, man, like you said, United have not been great, have they? But then Tsimikas, that's popped up since that Robertson injury, and I'm quite liking the look of that, I must say. The boys in the Discord have been mentioning that one a fair bit, and I do quite like it. I was having a look, and the games that he has played, he's doing all right for bonus.
He's attacking Tsimikas. He's a decent option.
So that would work out for me.
They've been awful, haven't they? Like clean sheet wise, are they bagging him?
Everton. It's 2 home games. Everton, one of them.
But look at how on fire Calvert-Lewin is now.
Yeah. They've actually been scoring goals. They've actually been scoring goals, haven't they? But yeah, it's the early kickoff as well. It's the early kickoff, so it's either never trust the early kickoff, or you at least get to see who's starting. So you've got to weigh it up. The other option is just to keep the back line as it is with Trent and then drop Foden down to Martinelli. But I still got a little while to think about it.
Yeah. I mean, I like it. I do. I like it.
It is just the risk of Trent and Cash not playing twice, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I'm a bit wary about that because I just think Alvarez will play twice, and then your other ones you bringing in, you might not even play twice. It's tricky. But you've been gagging and use it in this game.
Yeah, it's burning a hole in the pocket.
Yeah. So yeah.
It's Toulouse not the reverse fixture of the last game.
What's that?
Toulouse.
No, they had that Union.
Yeah, Gillois.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah.
But yeah, that's to be continued on that one.
Hey,
I'll have to wait.
You'll have nothing to lose this weekend.
Wow.
It'll be a laugh either way.
Something stuck in my head that Toulouse had a good side and scored a few. What is that?
Not in game week 9, they don't.
Fair enough. Right, on to my side. Do you know what? Obviously, I had 4 City players, and I had 4 City players. I picked the wrong captain, and I think I got away with this week. Heavy City. It's cost me a few times in Dream Team, and this week I seem to have just stumbled past it. But Johnston, nice 9 points in the net. Dalot, 6 points. Cash 4. Trippier 5. I brought Trippier in. Fernandez 5, who survived because of the Saka injury. So my transfers was Saka out, Maddison in, and I can't remember who the defender was. Estupinam, sorry. So Estupinam and Saka out, Trippier and Maddison in. Maddison for the Luton fixture. But obviously Spurs didn't do that great. But I mean, Maddison, he is an absolute magnet for all them bonus points. Whatever he does, he just does it right for this game. So, yeah, he's always good, even in his single game weeks. So, I know a lot of people captain Maddison and or Son. But yeah, he just didn't quite pay off, unfortunately. Foden, 7 points.
Bonus.
Yeah, that was just a bonus, I think. Doku, 4 points. And if he's not going to be starting as much as I thought he would, and he's going to be sharing too much time, then he's going to be out. I can't afford that. Salah, who I probably should have captained on 14. Alvarez, 2. And Haaland got 3, captain to 6. So 70 points for the week. So
decent week still.
Yeah, it didn't turn out that bad, but looking at a team like Dalot, Fernandez, Doku, Ford, and Alvarez, Haaland, you're thinking that's a dodgy week, that. I don't know how I crept up to 70. I'm sure they've done the maths wrong. I don't know. But so, yeah, 70 points, and I'm happy enough with that. I think I've got away with one there.
Sam Johnston to the rescue.
Yeah, I think so. I think he's probably the difference maker there, from an all right week to maybe a little bit less.
Do you know what's mad with him, Johnston? We've got I was having a look, and he's 2% owned in the whole game. But on FF stuff, he's put something in so that you can see the ownership within the Dream Team Tonic League.
Oh, yeah?
Have a guess at what his ownership is in our league.
80.
Yeah,
oh, not as high.
75.
It's 40, but that still shocked me, really.
That's massive, though, isn't it? It's a massive change.
That shows
40% of people, look, happy days, 9 points this week. Or last week, sorry.
Yeah, he's been good.
Yeah,
I quite like what you said, though, about Areola, because we sort of liked him from the start, didn't we? But where he wasn't going to get the 2 games,
yeah,
he looks like a good shout then. And
West Ham performing as well. Doing all right, aren't they?
That was worrying me about Matty Cash in my... I was wondering about Matty Cash in my part of the bus, because they've got West Ham at home and AZ Alkmaar away. And now he's been brilliant, hasn't he? Getting attacking returns. He's got good upside. But he probably ain't going to start 2. And West Ham are scoring... West Ham have scored a goal in every single game they've played so far.
Yeah.
So I'm probably not expecting a clean sheet from him. So he might be on the block for 1 week, maybe.
Just a good evening to Matthew Gilbert as well. He said he's got the part of the bus active for this week. Trent, Byrne, Walker, Trippier, and Cash.
Don't blame me, Matt, when it goes wrong. Don't blame me. We're all in it together.
But yeah, it'd be interesting to see how that gets on this week. I mean, always good. Always good.
Who else is in the chat?
Just the usual. I've not had any more messages.
Connor, Patrick, Ash is there after telling us we were late. Sorry, Ash. We know you're a busy man. And Andy Barnett. Evening all.
DT Patrick.
He's there. Oh yeah, sorry. Just a nudge. I'm at 1.2k in the leaderboard. I think highest over a week was 800. But yeah. But Kieran Ryan says already played my part of the bus quite well. Just drop us how many points did you get out of it, mate? Let us know. First question in from DT Patrick, who's obviously live with us as well. Possible pros and cons for playing part of the bus in game week 9. I'll kick it off. The cons are everyone concedes and no one gets any points. No, I'm always joking, mate. But yeah, pros and cons. Obviously, this is right up your street, Scott.
Well, you want me to go?
Go on, mate.
Well, the first one, the con I don't like really is coming straight from international break. a recipe for disaster, isn't it? Just in case you get any last minute injuries, or you sometimes get people that have travelled a lot and then get left out on the day, don't they? That's happened with some of the South American guys. So that's one of the cons I've been sort of looking at. Obviously, Europa League players. I think Champions League players, you're more nailed for 2 games, aren't you? But Europa League, you're not guaranteed 2 starts. Like Cash and Trent are worrying me. So that's another con, really, compared to if you played it in a week where there was 2 Premier League games at least. But pros, I think there's some good fixtures that you can go for, really, because we looked at some Premier League doubles and there's not a load of teams with good fixtures, maybe 1 or 2. But I think there's quite a good few teams. Arsenal's fixtures look all right. United, Villa, City, Liverpool, Newcastle. So I think you can mix it up a bit better. And you know who's fit and available now. So like we're all saying we need Trent and Trippier, for example, but they are fit now. Well, before the international games. But if you start planning ahead, you don't know if people are definitely going to be fit and available or what sort of form people are in. So yeah, it's going to be a risk either way, but do you take it?
We reckon, Ben?
Yeah, I looked at it a different way. Obviously, the cons for me is taking out your third striker because you have to go with 2 up front. Yeah. So you're gonna possibly miss out on a Salah Hall or Alvarez. Rashford could possibly go off this week with Sheffield United and Copenhagen. That I'm in that position, so I did look at it, but I can't take Rashford out for this game week coming. Just can't do it. Isaac as well has got a good couple of games, so if you've got Isaac. Pros, I think there's 5 good teams with good double game weeks this week. Man City got Brighton and Young Boys. Man United's got Sheffield United, Copenhagen. Liverpool's got Everton, Toulouse. Newcastle's got Palace and Dortmund, and Villa's got West Ham and AZ Alkmaar. So just plenty of options for double bubble at the back. So yeah, that's the pros for me. So there's lots of options. But if you're already on a good front 3, I'm a bit weary of taking one out.
Yeah, completely get it. But then, so I'm a game week 11 man myself, I think, for the part of the bus. But I think you could probably put the same arguments to every game week, because when you target, so if you're going to say, right, game week 11, I like the look of that fixture, say Liverpool have got Luton to lose, so I'm going to drop my third striker, I'm going to put it to a 5th defender. Like Luton and Toulouse, say for Liverpool, well, do you want Trent or do you want Salah? You're always going to have this like dilemma where you're going to look at it and you're going to go, there's 2 good fixtures there. Is someone going to keep a clean sheet, or are they going to, am I missing out on one of the forwards? And it's tricky. It's tricky. There's obviously the pros and cons are, like I said, and I know I would a bit of tongue in cheek, but it was, the cons are you're going to play your part of the bus and you're going to just concede and not get any clean sheets. But the pros is, you might if you sneak 1 clean sheet out of the 2 games on double points by 2 or 3 of your defenders, you're onto a decent you're onto a decent haul. I wouldn't look too. Don't think too much into it. I think if you got a nice setup for either if you got a nice setup for your part of the bus, then just ease into it. For me, game week 11, I don't think this is the week to play part of the bus, but that's only my opinion. And I don't think it was in one of the previous weeks the time to play it. But then I seen defenders there with 36 points, 38 points, and absolutely nailed it. So it can go right, it can go wrong. But yeah, for the point of the bus, I'm thinking more game week 11 for me. Will I play a chip in game week 9? Possibly, because United with Sheffield United and Copenhagen. So I do fear Rashford because I think if United are after that result, just sometimes when teams are doing shite, they need this. There's something happens, isn't there? And that McTominay scoring 2 goals in injury time to like completely drag United from what would probably have been for like calls for Ten Hag's head to, oh, actually we've won the game. I think that might be a catalyst. And I think we might see whether it's Rashford or Højlund. Why not Højlund? But they've got 2 nice fixtures there. 2 nice fixtures where they could score plenty. So
Sheffield United have been terrible at the back as well, haven't they?
Yeah. And I mean, Copenhagen, we know previous years, I mean, don't quote me on it, but I think previous years of English teams playing Copenhagen, it's been at least 3s and 4s. Yeah, I think maybe the 12th man this week for me with how my team's set up. But yeah, I think part of the bus for me is game week 11. Game week 11. There's a lot of teams with decent fixtures there. You got West Ham, Notts Forest, Burnley. You got Brentford, Olympiacos. You've got Villa with Notts Forest and Alkmaar. Liverpool, Luton, Toulouse. United, Fulham, who's the foreign team? FC 20.
No, it's Copenhagen.
Copenhagen, sorry, again. Yeah. And you got City, Bournemouth, Young Boys.
Looks all right.
I mean, it looks better than game week 9. But then I'm looking at it from a defensive angle.
What are you going to do in 11? With 11, are you? If you are going to play it in 11, are you going to have Europa League players? Do you reckon? Or you try and go all Champions League?
Obviously, depending on the next round of results, because that's going to then determine when we go into these last. What is it? It's the 3rd game next. Then we're going to go into the last 3 games. We're going to know because some of these teams are starting shaky. And they don't want to be eliminated as much as they don't want, like sometimes I think, rest players here and there. They don't want to go out. So anybody that's got it on the line, like Villa, West Ham, anybody that is maybe they have to win, then you can start looking towards thinking that they're going to play more of a solid team.
I was just looking. Baz is on the wind up in the chat. He's been watching the Spain game. I asked if there's been any injuries because he watched the half time. He's telling me Ødegaard's got injured, but I'm not having that. I'm not having
it. Yeah, well, you know what you were saying there. I'm looking at game week 17. And Man City's only got a single game week that week. So if you've got Alvarez there, you could take him out for a 5th defender. And then it's not hurting you as much because he's only playing 1 match. You know what I mean? And then you've got double bubble on your defenders. So it's like, it's 4 times the score in it, really, because you're getting...
Yeah. And Newcastle got Luton and Notts Forest that game week.
Yeah. So you could have like a Newcastle back line, and you know, because Europe's finished then as well, you can start targeting other teams up towards February, because February European games start in February, so you can start looking elsewhere. You don't have to stay within the 8 teams in Europe.
Yeah, I like that, Ben. I like that as well. Chelsea got Wolves and Crystal Palace, which aren't the worst games in the world. Yeah, like you say, it won't hurt you as much taking that striker out, would it? Because you know, like obviously you've got when you take that 3rd man out from your front line, he's usually got a double game week. So you'd be taking, say, Yeah, if you played it in game week 11, if you're taking an Alvarez out or a Rashford, or they've got a double game week, whoever it's against.
I like that though. That it's all quite different, isn't it? On some of the other games like FPL, you get everyone seems to play the chips on the same game or same weekend. We've got 3 of us that are all sort of thinking of different ones.
But then, see, so just another shout to everybody as well. Just play it with 4 players. Play it with 4 defenders. Play it with 4 defenders and captain one of your strikers.
Mm. I know I know what you mean. Yeah, I just don't know if I'd want to maximize the chip. I know what you mean, though. Yeah, I'd want to get 5 defenders because then it's 4 times the points if you got a double defender.
You saw people in the leaderboard playing it with 3, didn't you? At the first few weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of them still done all right as well.
Yeah. I think. Yeah, it's just you're gonna have to drop a striker, aren't you? Who is it? I mean, get rid of Haaland. He's not getting much, is he?
No? Fixture defendant on Haaland, I think.
Disclaimer: Tony never said that. Don't take my advice. But yeah,
a few people took him out last week, though, didn't they?
Yeah, and fair play to him. Fair play. But yeah, I went for the striker. I went for the striker thing because, like I say, I just thought with the Salah ownership, and I thought what I thought was Salah is the right captain to have this week. Then I want to be different. That is what I thought in my head. And I'm like, right, I'm just going to leave it on Haaland and hope Haaland chops down Arsenal. But yeah, fair play to Arsenal. They played a good game, and Martinelli won it for him as well. And Arteta gets his win. Good stuff.
Nathan up next.
Yeah, go on, mate.
Nathan Wisby. It looks like he's taking Ashley Young out. Best 2.7 mil defender or below to replace him, but not Tsimikas, as he can bring him in already for a Stupinian. Best 2.7 mil defender, in your opinions?
Shall I go?
Yeah, go on.
Luca Digne for me, 2.7 million. Moreno is out until November. He's had another setback, so
yeah, he was on the bench, weren't he, at one point? And
yeah,
he's just
not right. Apparently, so he's had another setback. So it looks like Digne's nailed in the back line now.
Yeah,
I'd written that as well, but I've been on yellow card watch after being punished by Gordon. And Digne's another one.
Oh, is he?
4 in the Premier League, yeah.
No, another one.
No, another one.
So yeah, we know how that ends up. So I had put Digne first, and then I did Sofal at 2.7.
Oh, Baz will be happy.
Yeah, Baz loves him. 4 assists so far, and then he's got Villa, Olympiacos, Everton, and Arsenal next.
What about Big Louis Dunk?
He got a header, scored a header, didn't he? Oh, it wasn't a header, was it? But he scored.
Scored, yeah, 2.3 million. I know they got City next, but then after that, Ajax, Fulham, Everton, Ajax again. He's worth a nod.
They've had no clean sheets this season, though, Brighton.
I know, but they've got to start coming, haven't they?
Yeah.
They're not a bad side.
Out the cup as well, Brighton. So
some people are saying that De Zerbi's been found out.
Nah.
Possibly.
What about Agüero as well for West Ham? 2.5 million.
Yeah, they're decent defenders, aren't they?
Yeah, still gets obviously the doubles. Whether he plays or not in the European games is to be seen, but yeah. Or Johnny Evans, 2.5 million.
Risky, I think.
Him and Maguire.
Yeah.
Yeah, get Johnny Evans and Maguire in. We're sorted. It's Leicester's championship champions elect in it.
Yeah, I got a couple of United defenders down, but I put Lindelof and Reguilon just to keep an eye on Reguilon.
Oh yeah,
where's Evans?
Evans now. He'll be injured next week. I've got good experience of watching him play for Leicester.
Yeah, I'd almost forgot about Reguilon.
Yeah, he's still there, 2 million. But obviously, we've got to keep an eye on if he's back from injury.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a good sign, is it? He's not been playing much football. He has half a game, injured straight away. Yeah, all looking in his direction. Lads, we're live, and I need a piss. Sorry. So yeah, next question. Can you just?
Yeah, go on. Well, Nathan's got another one. Me and Ben will discuss that while you relieve yourself. It's a hard one, this actually. So should we be trying to build budget or get in players that we think are going to get the most points every game week, as it's hard to do both at the moment? How are you finding building budget so far? You're not having a good time, are you?
Well, yeah, I was trying to do it at the start of the season, but just for all the hassle it's been, it's like you're only getting a 0.1 here, 0.1 there. It's not. Well, saying that, I've got 5 premiums, haven't I? So it's harder to build budget when your premiums are going down every week.
That's
so
I've got suffered the most.
Yeah, I've got 2 United premiums as well. So, yeah. I've sort of not that fussed about building budget now. I'm just trying to get the best players in for the next game weeks. But obviously, it'd be nice if you can get a player in who's just had a good game week and he's got good fixtures ahead. That's the ideal player to get in.
Yeah.
But yeah, what do you think?
I don't know. It's hard because obviously you do want to build budget. It's gonna help you out in the long term, isn't it? We've always been quite up for trying to build budget where we can, but at the moment, I seem to have had something or other wrong with my team that I wanted to fix each week, and I don't think if you're looking at literally who you think are going to get the most points or building budget, I'm not going to make transfers just to build budget at the moment. I'm not going to leave out someone that I think is going to get points just because they're going to go down 0.1.
No.
So yeah, it's trying to find the right balance at the minute. We'll wait for Tony. You not missed too much, Tony. Should we be trying to build budget or get players in that we think are going to get the most points each game week?
No, the budget building's got out window, hasn't it? Yeah. I thought it'd be big maybe in this game, but it's not. The price rises and falls. I mean, they're quite heavy for the big players, but
yeah, Ben was just saying he's been punished because he started with the premiums, and they're the ones that have suffered the most.
But... Yeah, they have.
Yeah,
if you went to 5 premiums, and then scattered around for the rest, like you say, you've lost like say 0.2, 0.3 on most of them straight away. Yeah, it's been harsh. That's why Ben's had probably an harsh start.
I've lost $1 million on Rashford.
Yeah, I mean that's shocking.
Yeah, I've been trying. I'm not going to let it completely influence my decisions, but if you can do it, if there's someone that you wanted to get maybe down the line, but they look like they're going to go up in price, I'd get on them early. Or if you're someone you're thinking about getting out, but you think they're going to go down, I would still do it, but I won't let it dictate my transfers completely. But one thing
you try and get the double bubble, don't you? You're going to try and bring them in when they're hot.
I've got a there's been a lady that listens to my podcast who commented the other day though that worried me. So she said that she's been building budget and focusing on building budget. She's doing I can't remember how many points she's on, but she's doing well. But she said that she's on 53.4 for team value at the minute, which is pretty good going. And her name's Amelia, but she said, 53.4 for team value. She's been focusing on it and it's doing quite well there. So that's more than 2 million more than my team. That's starting to worry me just a little bit that maybe we're not doing it enough.
No, I don't think that'll come back and bite you.
No,
I mean, I may be proved wrong, but
I think you have got to be quite aggressive to do it like that, because I think she'd commented that she took out Haaland. She took out Haaland the week
and
before
they're in. She's probably saved that exact amount of money, probably.
But if you do get it wrong, it's a big one, isn't it? It can work, but if you do get Haaland out at the wrong time,
it's not so much just getting Haaland out, but you take Haaland out and then you start spreading them funds elsewhere, and then Haaland goes off again, which he is going to do because he's quality. You get found out that way. Yeah, definitely. Mark. Yeah. Well, we all know what it's like when you have a beer and that. 40 minutes. I thought 40 minutes is quite good, is it not?
That's all the years of watching football, isn't it? You got
45 minutes in
there. 45 minutes in the tank.
Yeah, that's it. So obviously, 10 minutes before we started, so I added injury time, so we're all right.
Yeah,
I bet the extra. Oh, sorry.
Go on. No. I was just going to say. I forgot what I was going to say there now.
What are these hockey games anyway?
Eh?
What? How many quarters are these hockey games?
No idea.
What minutes? Are they 15 minutes? 10 minutes? So just as we're mid pod, and everyone's listening live, obviously we are sponsoring Coventry Blaze hockey player this year, courtesy of Jordan Jackson, one of our patrons. Massive shout out to him, and we will be attending a game in a suite, 10 of us, which will be quite interesting. I've never been to a hockey game, but any sport I love, so it's one of them. But on the same day, we are looking to do the Dream Team Tonic meetup, the first one. So we'll be in Coventry, me, Ben, and Scott. We'll all be there in Coventry. Is it March the 17th?
Yeah, Paddy's Day.
Paddy's Day. So we'll all be there
on the Guinness.
We're not too sure. Yeah, we're not too sure on the venue as such at the moment for the meetup, but it'd be nice to get some numbers. So if anyone is up for that and they're willing to meet up, if you could just give us a message, that'd be fantastic. We can get something sorted and get somewhere a venue sorted, so then we all know where we're going. But and as well as everyone can rock along to the Coventry Blaze game as well. Why not come to the ice hockey game as well while we're there?
Sell it out.
Yeah, get it sold out, But go on, Ben. Sorry, you were midway.
Oh, yeah. That's what I was going to say, is that, like players like Haaland, so, yeah, they have a bad week and they're going to go down in price. You're going to want them pretty much all season anyway. So you just sort of got to forget about their value and just keep them in your team, in my opinion, because you're going to want them back anyway. Unless, I know, like this season, we've got loads of transfers and you could probably jump off and bring him back in the week after if he's got a crap game. Like he had a crap single game last week, didn't he? He had at Arsenal. So you could gain 0.3 if he went down 0.3 and buy him back cheaper. But, I mean, you might end up tying yourself in knots because you might have other injuries after the international break and then you won't be able to get him back in. Obviously, you probably prioritise that to bring him back in, but then you might be ending up 10 players for the next game week.
It's just horrible doing that as well, isn't it? Playing the fixtures with someone that good because, I mean, we did it. I think a few of us did it last season. We took Salah out ahead of United because we thought that was a bad fixture, and then he got two goals and 2 assists or whatever it was. And Kane was banging against big teams. Like it's so hard. It's all luck, isn't it?
Yeah, I think sometimes like the bigger fixtures, the big players come to the fore, don't they, and they put forward. That was my thinking as well behind leaving the captaincy on Haaland, thinking Well, if City are going to go and do a bit against Arsenal, Haaland's going to be the man, isn't
he? Yeah.
Obviously not. Martinelli was the man, weren't he, Scott?
We should have picked him.
But
helped him by Ake. Actually, we've got captain question up. So it's Wade's second question, so we'll go on to Wade's first one.
Go on.
He said, "Onana the disaster. What is that? His like ring name? What to do? Stick or twist? If it's a get rid, who for? He can't afford Pope, Allison, or Edison. So would you take Onana out?
Do you know, we've got United have had a history of buying crap keepers as well, and I'm not saying he's shite. He's obviously good. They spent a lot of money on him, but do you know De Gea is still on a free transfer?
Yeah.
Can they bring him? Would they bring him back?
They could do. He's still a free agent.
Would you bring him back, United fans? We've got a few in the chat already, I know. So, would you bring De Gea back?
I think you've got to, haven't you?
On a free?
Honestly, I don't get the Onana transfer. Unless, because what everyone thought, and that's probably what we thought for like the last 3 seasons, was that De Gea was going to Real Madrid. They signed Kepa, didn't they?
Yeah.
On loan, yeah.
They got Kepa as a Ribellaga, and so De Gea's now ended up in no man's land, and United was it 60 million? Was it?
Yeah, I'm not sure, but he does have good pass accuracy though.
I heard a rumor that De Gea's thinking about retiring.
Why? Come and save United. Oh, honestly, I
thought that was going to be a joke. I thought there was a.
What do we do?
Go on, Onana. Who are we saying then? Johnston. It's got to be, isn't it? It's Johnston.
Areola.
I mean, Areola's the option, isn't it?
We all love an Areola, don't we?
Areola, we go.
Would you wait one more week with those fixtures? Would you keep him once more?
Oh, definitely.
One final chance.
Definitely wait one more week with them fixtures.
Yeah. A couple of clean sheets there, maybe. Unless he throws one in his own net, but yeah.
I said him or I said Johnston. I'd say keep one more week, but have a look at Johnston. That's a good shout with Areola, really, because with Fabianski potentially out. What about David Raya? He was on the edge of maybe having a little bit of a balls up, wasn't he, in that City game?
I've heard he did. Did he not cause a cock up? Was it in the previous game?
Yeah, that was in the Lons game. We were talking about it. We got the match chat in the Patreon in the Discord, haven't we? The match chat. And I was typing away in there because Gary Neville kept going on about the game had only just started and he was already chipping away at Raya, saying that he looks shaky. And I was saying to some of the lads, I was going, no, he's just making it up. He looks fine. They're just making the narrative him versus Raya. They kept looking at Ramsdale. Sorry, they kept looking at Ramsdale, and then of course he like almost booted one in his own net soon after it.
Good with his feet though.
Yeah, but you got to save it, haven't you? But then he has. To be fair, he's had 4 clean sheets. Raya. He's done all right.
It's a good keeper.
I think the fixtures look quite good for Arsenal as well coming up, so he is a shout.
Yeah.
Right, the big question though from Wadey. Captain pick for next game week. There's some good fixtures there.
It's got to be Haaland. I think I'm going back to Haaland this week just because Brighton look atrocious at the back. Young boys go to Switzerland, smash a few in. He's on penalties, playing for one of the most attacking teams in the league. I just think it's a good fixture. Salah's got a good couple of games, but it's just that Europa League thing. Will he play like 180 minutes. He might only play half a game. He only played half a game the last round, didn't he? In the game week 2 of the Europa League. So he's my favourite. Isaac would be a good one, I think. If you had Isaac.
Yeah, 2 home games: Crystal Palace, Dortmund.
Bruno Fernandes, maybe. Could be the week.
Oh. Yeah. I think I'm going to go Haaland as well, to be honest. And I think a lot of people might fall into that trap now, where Haaland's had a couple quiet ones. We've seen that there's other captains that can do well in Salah. People might look and think Salah got 28 with the captaincy last week. I'm going to go Salah. But I'm going to go Haaland. He's not going to stay quiet for this long. And also, the reason we captained Salah was because he had Brighton. Now Haaland's got Brighton, hasn't he? So, Haaland for me.
Do you think another heavy defeat and Brighton are going to start asking questions about De Zerbi?
Nah. He's got too much in the bank, I think. And were they 6th? Something like that? 6th, yeah. No, but I do think there's going to be a load of goals in that one, because he doesn't seem like the sort of manager that goes, "Oh, we've got City, let's park the bus.
No,
let's sit deep." He's going to go for him, isn't he? Again,
it usually ends up like a bloodbath if someone goes for City, don't they?
Yeah, Haaland. Oh, Connor reckons Wilson's back now. I don't know if he means to captain him or whether he means don't captain Isak.
Yeah, Isaac.
It trims his game time down, doesn't it?
Yeah, I saw that. Do you think it's... I don't know if Connor can let us know. Is it serious that Isak coming back from international duty? Connor's been on international duty himself, hasn't he? Sunning it up. So he probably don't know. Yeah. Is that a unanimous Haaland?
Strawberry daiquiris.
Yeah, too many of them.
Right. What we've got next? Magoo. He says he asked us in the group the other day, but does this game ruin watching live games for you? I see some people hoping that their own team concedes to get points, or because they don't have any defenders from their team. What do you reckon?
Do you know,
you two don't have to worry, do you?
I completely agree. It does, but I've never had to deal with that problem for over 10 years now. So, but yeah, it is an issue. You are openly wanting someone to concede. So I'm a Rovers fan through and through. Obviously, I've got a little bit of a City following in this house, to be fair. My missus and little lad are very City oriented, but if I don't have City heavy in this, I'm wanting City to concede, and it does the way you watch games. It does direct it, definitely. There's no getting away from it. Whether it ruins it, I don't know about ruining it. I think it just adds a different dynamic, I'd say, especially when your team isn't involved. But say if Rovers were in the Premier League and I had, I don't know, and well, some competitor against me, foolishly had a Rovers defender I'd want to concede for my game. Yeah, of course you would. But that's just the way it is. Yeah, Colin Hendry, David May, we're going back. Alan Shearer scoring points for Rovers, and yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm the same. I think it does make... I think in my opinion, it makes watching football better. Whether it's down the pub with your mates that are in your mini league,
definitely,
and you can jeer them if something happens or anything like that. Or even now, I do feel like this game has got worse though, because you're now cheering shots on target, and you're cheering. Matty Cash has just got his second tackle. It has reached new lows. But I'm enjoying it still, to be honest. Cheering, going against your own team. You don't want your own team to lose, do you? But
never.
But if Arsenal were like 5-0 up, and I didn't have any Arsenal defenders,
of course you want them to.
And my mates all had Arsenal block or something. Yeah, I'll take the little 1 goal conceded, but never want them to lose. Never want them to lose.
Yeah, at the start of the season, I probably wouldn't be bothered about the points. I'd be like, come on, Leicester, just win and all that.
Yeah.
But then if you get to the end of the season and you need those points, and it's tricky, isn't it? Like, say I've got a Leicester defender or something, I probably would at the end of the season if you needed to win the mini league. But at the start of the season, I'm more like supporting my team than any points. I'd rather that say Vardy scores against my new block or whatever to then get the points. Also, it hinders me another way. When Leicester won the Premier League, I wouldn't pick any Leicester players in my team because I didn't want to jinx them. I just wouldn't pick Vardy, I wouldn't pick Mahrez, even though they were flying. I just thought, I'm not picking them. And I suppose it hindered me that season not picking them. Yeah.
I do find it hard to separate your bias when you're picking players.
Yeah. I don't like picking players from Leicester. The only player I've started thinking, that's a load of rubbish. It's no such thing as jinxing them. So I started picking Maddison in the last few seasons, and that didn't hinder him at all by having him in my team. So it's a load of rubbish jinxing him and that. Just because it was that amazing season, though, I thought I'm not picking him. It just all go tits up.
We ruined Daka though, didn't we?
Oh yeah, he scored 4 goals in one game in Europe, didn't he? And he didn't do anything after that.
Yeah, he disappeared. But hey, straight back up, pal. Straight back up, easy.
Yeah, straight back up.
That's what Rovers should have done. Spent the money wisely, but we had Venky's in charge and Steve Keane. Fucking Steve Keane, what a prick. And he spent money on wankers like Danny Murphy. Danny Murphy, honestly. The less said about that prick, the better. Him. And he sits on Talk Sport talking about effort. Anyway, let's get off that.
Right. Next up. We've got Walmart Statham. I don't know if this is a bit of Discord beef, is it?
I think it's a little bit.
Apparently DT Patrick is a chancer. Can you analyse and prove or debunk this theory?
Isn't DT Patrick his tag team partner? And they're top of the tag team league as well.
Are they turning on each other?
Yeah.
Get away.
If they're at the top, let's stir it up then.
But they've both used the 12-man chip.
Have they?
Yeah, but they're flying high at the top of the league, so I don't know if it's a pop at Patrick or it's what other people are saying.
Yeah, defending him. I took that from the wrong angle. Then he's defending his teammate.
Yeah, he's defending him, isn't he?
Oh, if they're top, we've got to stir the pot a little bit, haven't we?
I mean, hey, these two lads they're flying high. The pros, aren't they?
I didn't quite get the question, but I definitely didn't take it from that angle. But he's having a good season, isn't he, Patrick? I think he was getting called. He was getting called a chancer because did he have a bad season last season or struggled last season? But he's absolutely flying.
Patrick,
he's flying.
He loved the gamble, did Patrick? He's
flying on the new one. I don't think you can brush it off as chancer. He knows the new rules and he's executing.
He is doing. Yeah, it's good to see. Good to see.
Patrick, he's here somewhere.
He is. Give us a wave, Patrick. Yeah. Well played, mate. Yeah, top of the tag team league.
Top of the box.
Hey, it's a nice big pot for that tag team league as well.
Pull your finger out, Connor.
I think it's about 700 quid. I think it is. So yeah, fair play to them.
Yeah, Mark McKee's he's in the chat, so let us know what you mean with that question.
It's his bro, isn't it?
Right.
Bros before hoes.
I think they're on the private WhatsApp messages and all sorts. Definitely.
David 87. We've now had a couple rounds. Oh no! I thought we had a response then. David 87. We've had a couple rounds of European games. Are you seeing a big point swing towards European players, or are the non-European players scoring more than in previous years? Seems the latter.
I still think the European players are scoring pretty high. Was it one player in the top 13 is a non-European player? The other ones are obviously play for European teams, and that's Maddison. So, yeah, I have noticed a lot more points going around. Obviously, with this new scoring system, players have got bigger chance of scoring points. So, yeah, definitely teams that are not in Europe are doing bits, but we've only had 2 rounds of European games so far. So I still think it favours the double game week players.
Yeah, the longer it goes on.
Yeah.
Yeah, as you get 2 or 3 rounds into these European games, like it's going to start going even more in their favour, because even the ones that aren't playing full games, if they're getting 30, 40 minutes, especially, there's certain players that just come on and just magnet points to them. So yeah, definitely, it's definitely still siding with European players. I can't see that changing.
Also, I was looking at because Bruno's obviously a hot topic at the minute, isn't it? But he's not even that far, even though where he's been playing so many games, he's not that far behind some of the non-European players that we say are flying, really. I had a look, and he's obviously Bruno, we've said, has not done very well. And Son, for example, we've been saying he's been doing brilliantly. But Bruno's on 59 and Son's on 64. So it just, those extra games are just chipping along, aren't they? Just even when he's playing badly.
And that's off the back of Spurs just playing Luton as well.
I think eventually after more weeks, I think it will just be European up there. I think there'll be a few outliers, won't they? Eze seems to be doing well, although I think he's injured maybe. Maddison, you're just going to expect him to do well the whole way through, though. Still, don't you?
Yeah. I think he's steady. I think if you're going to hold a non-European player, I think he's definitely up there with one that you should hold.
But there's a few freaky ones that are in there. Like there's quite a few. I mean, you got Anderson from Crystal Palace, but I think he might have scored a couple goals already, and I think they've got like the 3rd best defense in the league or something at the minute, Crystal Palace. So I don't think it's going to carry on.
Yeah, Wiley, Roy Hodgson, he's doing a decent job there, like for what because I don't think they spent any money at all. I know there's a little bit of unrest in the fans of where the club's going, but yeah, they've done all right so far.
Do you get that in the chat? You got Plev is insane in the
Euro teams have played 88 games. Non-Euro teams have played 79 games.
Was that the total points of all the players or the teams? What's that?
So is that well, I think it's a total. It must be from the non-European playing teams have played 79. Euro teams have played 88. I guess.
I'm still going to be going pretty much all in on Euro players, I think. For me,
nice, some good stats there. Like, obviously the ceiling. Yeah, Euro team total is 5298. Non-Euro 4311. So you can see there's a massive gulf there where you need to be in on them Euro teams because well, there's more points available, basically.
Yeah.
Whether you've got the right players or not, that's down to you yourselves. But yeah, it's definitely more fruitful in those Euros.
We've got DT Phillip up next. So he's getting rid of Bruno Fernandes this week. He's had enough. Does he take out Almiron or Diaz? If he takes out Diaz, he can put Trent and Ødegaard. So Trent and Ødegaard for Diaz and Bruno. But it leaves him with no money in the bank. If he takes out Almiron, puts in Trent, it leaves him 4.7 to spend on a midfielder. He was thinking Martinelli, but he's open to other options. He does want to get Saka back when he's fit. You got a plan for him?
He's not made it easy.
I don't want to lose Bruno yet. I want to give him one more week.
I honestly, for the life of me, I couldn't, even if I wanted to, I don't think I could get rid of Bruno this week. I couldn't.
Because of the fixtures.
Yeah, regardless of form, my feelings, anything. I just think when we play a dream team and we play this fixtures is such a big point. And then we got such a huge player as Fernandes who is pivotal to a lot of things. I just wouldn't do it. DT Phillip, it's not the week. It's not the week to get rid of him.
You got 2 assists for Portugal a couple of days ago. Is he back?
Yeah. I wouldn't get rid. And I know that probably ruins his question, but it might also answer it as well. So
I wouldn't get rid. I wouldn't get rid, but if you really have to, I was saying Trent and Foden. If you went the option that went 4.7 to spend on the midfielder, I'd say Trent and Foden. Foden's 4.6. I wouldn't get rid of Bruno yet.
Yeah, I just wouldn't do it, Philip. What do you reckon, Ben?
Agree. I wouldn't sell him this week. Next week's going to be a lot more easier to do it against Man City, Newcastle.
Yeah.
You can move on to Saka then. Arsenal have got Sheffield United next week, haven't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, Sheffield United, West Ham. Yeah, so I wouldn't do it this week. Definitely hold. You've got to hold for Sheffield United. They're one of the poorest teams in the Premier League. So, yeah, and then Copenhagen, it's like a lovely fixture. And he's got so many routes to points, Fernandes. So, yeah, I definitely wouldn't sell this week.
Oh, definitely not. Definitely not. Seth, did you not see episode 57? That's when Tony was levered.
Yeah, I thought he's looking all right.
I'm all right tonight. I don't know what Seth's seeing, but well, let's rewind to episode 57 when they had to edit everything I said.
You can't do that now. It's live.
Oh, I know. There's no chance of that. Yeah, family barbecue, and Tony's been there for 12 hours.
I'm going to take a pit stop while you're both here. I lasted a bit longer than you.
Oh, here we go. Oh, Scott's got to go. Right. So next up, Lee Hooper. And, this rings on to what I wrote about earlier. Højlund 12th man next week. And this tempts me a little bit. It does, because I think the 2 fixtures that United have got are good ones. Well, I mean, they're not going to get much better during the season. What do you reckon, Ben? I've seen glimpses of him. He's
Yeah, I don't hate the punt. I mean, it is a punt with United's form, but yeah, it's good fixtures. Yeah, you were mentioning it, but did you see the question before?
No, I didn't actually. No, Because I'm just thinking Rashford. I think, yeah. Then, hold on. Centre forward, Højlund.
Yeah.
Because he's playing out wide, isn't he, Rashford? And he's not doing very well at the minute.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good idea. I don't hate it. I'm thinking about using 12th man when Kevin De Bruyne is back. What's that?
What?
Is your phone ringing?
Oh, unbelievable. What?
He's trying to slap me.
What have I walked into?
It's like what do you call it?
We got someone phoning in.
Yeah, basically.
Listen to questions.
There, hang up. There you go.
Yeah. There you go. That's live podcasting.
Yeah.
I've got no idea what I missed there.
Mrs. is trying to get involved.
He answered the phone.
I accidentally answered the phone, but it was on mute.
So she can't join the chat unless she's in the Patreon. Unless she's in the Patreon, God. She can't be asking questions.
She's phoning and asking me questions.
Have we done Lee Hooper?
What do you think about the 12th man?
Nah, not for Haaland. I just don't think I want to spend it on someone that's proven. He's looked all right. But yeah, I'd be going for Salah, Rashford.
What about
Trippier, Trent?
What about if you've already transferred Haaland out, and then you could use him as a 12th man?
Maybe.
Ooh. Yeah. Good shout.
Maybe that was autocorrect and he meant Haaland.
No, I think he does mean Højlund.
Right.
I don't mind it. Like I said, I don't mind it, but I wouldn't do it. But I think Tony's thinking about doing it.
Does look promising though. It looks good.
I'm thinking about 12 man for that week, yeah. Because I know that I'm using
that player.
I'm probably going to use my point the bus for 11. So I am tempted by the 12th man 9. So it's tempting me. But yeah, I'd like to see more from him though. But yeah, it's guess, isn't it? Right, you're going to have to sort this technical shit here.
Go on, then.
Fucking hell. Family.
Right, Ben.
We'd have them. Get rid of them.
Another question from Nathan.
Yep.
Do I stick with Maddison or swap for Luis Diaz or Martinelli or someone else that's 4.1 or cheaper? Maddison is the second highest owned player overall / in the top 1K. He could fall behind if he hauls and the player he puts in doesn't. So he's a bit worried to take Maddison out because he's so highly owned. What do you reckon?
I say move on to a double game week player. Attack the double game weeks. Maddison's been brilliant and he'd probably still tick along getting at least 5 points a game. But you want double game week players that can get you 10 points for the game week. So, yeah. I was looking there. Rodri's back now, isn't he? So he's 3.1 million. Sorry, 3.9 million. And I don't mind the Martinelli or the Diaz, especially with Gakpo and Jota suspended in the league. So Diaz should get more minutes.
I think Trossard might have a knock as well. So it might mean Martinelli pace.
Yeah, Trossard's 25% chance of playing. I was looking earlier.
What about the ownership thing then? Would you be worried or would you just go with?
Nah, not worried about the ownership. Too early in the season, that I think.
I think that ownership as well. I don't know what you think, but I think that I can't remember what it was ownership wise. Hang on, I think it was almost 50% roughly. But I think maybe a lot of people kept Maddison in just because they knew Luton was coming. I think so. It might be a little bit inflated there. But yeah, I just think go with who you think is going to score the most points. I wouldn't be scared to take Maddison out, to be fair.
Yeah, definitely. I think a lot of people brought Maddison in as well for this last game week. Yeah.
So it might just have jumped up a little bit, mightn't it?
Yeah, Fulham at home next game or Fulham? Definitely Fulham, innit?
Yeah, it's not a bad fixture.
Yeah, not a bad fixture, but obviously I just think 2 tickets is better than 1 ticket. So try and look for a European player.
I'd say maybe more Martinelli than Diaz. I suppose Diaz, definitely, there is a chance of rotation, but Martinelli, I think we'll play both, I think.
Definitely Martinelli over Diaz. Diaz might get less minutes in Europe. But yeah, I like Rodri. I think this game now suits Rodri with the bonus points and the chances created, tackles, shots on target. It suits Rodri, this new game we have now. So
yeah, it was pretty popular, wasn't he? Before he got sent off.
Pardon, Tony?
I was just saying he's loving it, isn't he, Rodri?
Yeah.
We got Twed up next. It's a long one. Right. The feeling with the old game was that it was easy to lead from the front, copy teams, and then block them with the same players. So we used to see that a lot, didn't we? With the new scoring and transfer system, do you think it'll be as easy to hold a lead? What he's noticed is there's not a lot of big point swings between in scores between teams because so many players can now score points through different ways. E.g., last week, Salah scored 14 points, which last season would have been 18. Maddison scored 8 points, which last season would have only been 2 or 5. So that's a big swing. Pretty much, how easy do you think it is to block people now? Are you worried about that?
I think it's not easy to block people this season with the 2 transfers a week. And the points swinging, it's a lot harder to definitely block. Obviously, points all over the shop now, so just attack the fixtures. I think you can't worry about your opponents anyway at this stage of the season. Just attack the fixtures.
I used to end up overthinking that as well. Like you end up not picking the players you want just because someone else has got them.
Yeah.
And then fall even further behind.
A lot of people do this early as well.
Yeah.
Which is absolutely foolhardy. Like, just get the best players in. Especially this early.
This early, I'll just try and ignore what everyone else is doing, really. And like he did put at the end of the question, that's obviously disregarding the captain chip or captaincy, because that's a new thing as well. You can have the exact same team and there's big swings to be had just with the armband, isn't there now? So
that's true.
Yeah, I don't think it's something to worry about. We've got 3 boosters now as well to mix things up.
I
think it's gonna be hard.
Yeah, it's gonna be harder to defend, definitely. Which is good because it's always been a game of if you're chasing, it's a lot harder. Whereas like just holding people off, it's been easier. So yeah, now there's that many variables. Happy days.
Yeah, I think it's good for it. I think.
Yeah, definitely.
Just a quick one here, Nathan. Bruno Fernandes out, Trippier in. What do you think of that? We said we don't want to take Bruno out.
Not this week.
Next week.
Was the transfer from last week, or next week, or. But when we're thinking, I know we've touched on United. They've got that horrible double header, haven't they? Of is it City, Newcastle?
Yeah.
So if you're looking to get out a United player, that's the week to do it. Whether that's Rashford, Bruno, whoever it might be, Dalot, anybody. Just if you're going to look to get them out, not this week. They've got Sheffield United and Copenhagen. Got to play the fixtures still. No matter what about form, no matter what. Come on. They're United, aren't they?
But it's gun to your head. You keeping Bruno then?
Yeah.
Yeah, one more week.
Yeah. I've got
one more week.
Don't get me wrong, though. He's gone after that. That City Newcastle week. Do I really want a United player in there?
Is it a double? Is it that one?
Yeah. He'd probably still get points in that game because he'd be getting tackles.
That's probably true, yeah.
Oh yeah, in the cup.
Tackles, clearances, all the like.
I'm not too worried about Fernandes. I'm wanting to get rid of Rashford, but obviously I can't sell him this week.
No. Not against those defences.
Yeah. I'm happy to have Bruno Fernandes, even against Man City and Newcastle, because he can get 8 points or 10 points for that game week.
He's got to get a pen eventually as well. What's going on there?
Imagine he gets a penalty and an assist. It's like he's going to go off.
It's about time they didn't get any penalties. I'm a Rovers fan. I had to suffer with them getting 3 penalties every single week.
I think since that season, there was that season where everyone was calling him Penandes, weren't they?
Yeah.
He was getting them all the time. And then as soon as that season, I think they clamped down on them now. They cottoned on.
They have. They don't get any. They're all getting upset.
Wow. Who we got up next?
My mate.
Go on, you read this one out. I've lost it on my notes.
Andy Barnett. Here he is. You have to pick a player whose team is going to lose 3-0. Which player will you choose that you think will get you the most points in that losing game on your reasons why? Could be from any team.
That's confused me, that question.
Basically, a team that plays shit and they lose 3-0.
But they still
but they'll still pick up a decent amount of points.
It's got to be Eze in it on current form of this game.
Yeah, he's a good shout. But
go for a European player though. Bruno Fernandes.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah,
someone who does a bit of everything, doesn't he?
Could be a keeper. You're going to get the minus. You'd have to go outside of defenders and goalkeepers, wouldn't you? Because you'll get the minus points unless you're pulling off a ton of saves.
And there's no assists or goals to be had. So you're looking at tackles.
Well, it could be if Darwin's playing up front, Salah could probably get quite a few big chances created without Darwin putting them in.
Yeah.
Good shout. Wait for Salah. More Salah.
Last question. Anthony Stringer. Best fixtures to target this game week. What are we saying, lads?
Go on.
Well, Man City, Brighton at home and Young Boys away. Obviously, Man United, I mean, it's a tricky one, Man United. It's like, if you've got them, hold. If you don't have them, you're not going to buy them in, are you? I mean, it's going to be a possible transfer out. Like, you ain't going to buy Rashford, are you, this week? And then you're going to sell him next week. So, unless you do what Tony and Lee's thinking about doing with a 12th man, but yeah, it's a hold if you've got, and I wouldn't buy them in Man United players. Liverpool, go on, you say some, Tony, because I'm saying them all.
I think for this game week,
there's loads.
It's all the European sides have got decent ones, really.
I mean, yeah, you're looking at one second, I get it all. Where are we?
Liverpool's got Everton and Toulouse. That's good double game week.
Both you're wanting somebody that plays both games as well, aren't you?
Newcastle in their 2 games, they're surely going to try and put out 2 of the same 11, really, aren't they?
You'd think so. And
Palace
that is why I think
Dortmund.
someone nudged on, didn't they, Isaac? But if Wilson's back fit, then that puts that a little bit in doubt.
Yeah.
If they win that Champions League game, that's incredible, isn't it?
But
incredible start.
I think when you look at United, you look at so they've got Sheffield United and Copenhagen, and then the week after. So if I'm a manager looking at that, and then the week after they've got City, Newcastle. They have to build momentum into them games. Because if they go into that week of Man City and Newcastle, and they're on the back of they played a second string against Copenhagen in Cup, and I just think that United is the play this week, but temporarily. It's like if you've just got, I just don't know, just a flick of United in there. Do
we think they're going to win both games, United?
This week, I think they will. Yeah.
I don't know, but their team has potential to win it quite handsomely. I
feel like I've been saying that every week, though.
Yeah, it is what comes of it. I don't know, but really, they should be able to put Sheffield United to the sword. Same with Copenhagen, and then they go into the City and Newcastle games with a little bit of confidence in their ability. If they don't, they're going to get mauled.
I was going to say a non-Arsenal fan's view on the Arsenal double, because away at Chelsea, away at Sevilla.
I think they're tricky, mate.
I think they're tough ones. I think they're tough ones. But
I mean, you'll probably beat Chelsea, but I think it'll be a tough game. I say probably. I think you will beat Chelsea, but
it's the Sevilla one I'm more worried about.
Yeah, Sevilla away. I've been to that ground about 8 times. It's a noisy
cauldron, is it?
Yeah, it's a cauldron. That away in Europe as well.
They're Malaga's rivals, aren't they?
Yeah. I've been there a few times to watch Malaga. I've been there to watch England play as well. Yes, it's a cauldron, like tricky place to go in Europe.
Yeah, not sure I'm feeling that double.
I'm not feeling the Gameweek 9 doubles here.
The only one I don't like really a lot is the Brighton one. They've gone from looking at like world beaters to now they've got City and Ajax. Although Ajax are having a bit of trouble, aren't they? I think.
Yeah, they probably sold all their players again as usual. I don't mind the next one when it comes to Game Week 11, Everton and Ajax.
Yeah, it does turn.
So I'm happy with that one. And then Villa, Forest, Alkmaar. Yeah, I think Game Week 11's better for that defensive side, definitely. I know people want to play the chips though. They want to play them, don't they? Because we could go, like we're saying about this now. There's going to be so many opportunities through the season to play on these doubles. And I know we like to think, well, the group stages are probably the best. Sometimes they are, sometimes they're not. But yeah, just hold. I know a lot of people played it and they probably got a very, very good score, 170s and onwards. But don't be blinded by it. Like, don't try and chase that score. Just try and play it as you see fit.
We've got a good comment there in the chat. So Casemiro, that's Plev, isn't it? Saying that Casemiro came off injured against, that'll be playing for Brazil, wasn't it? And then he's suspended against Copenhagen, so that might hinder their defense a little bit as well.
Casemiro, yeah, but they might put McTominay on now.
They have got Amrabat as well, haven't they? Now they've got a little bit of backup. Something to consider, though.
Obviously, Amrabat's been playing left left back, hasn't he?
Mm.
No left back whatsoever at United, but yeah. Well,
That's the question. So, we got a quiz or not got a quiz today?
oh, we do. Hey,
You got one?
yeah, I
You
do.
shocked me actually. I didn't think you'd have one.
Yeah, I've got one. Right, hold on. Let me play the music. Here we go. Right. Let me get this right. I am a former professional footballer who played as a forward. I'm from Iceland and had a successful international career representing my country in multiple European Championships and World Cups.
Edgar Johnson. Yeah.
Too many clues straight away, Tony.
Sorry, mate.
Oh.
No, it's not.
No.
I know it is. It is. What a wanker.
Baz has got it.
Yeah.
Or you changing it?
No. I thought. No. Yeah. Right, hold on.
He's got another one.
You got another one?
Yeah, you just ask another question. You keep them all busy.
We'll do the premium membership for the hub. It wasn't one again this week. Mickey Van what's he called? Van der Ven.
Mickey Van der Ven, yeah.
15 points this week for him, so no one picked him, so it's rolled over. Throw your answers in the comments for Gameweek 9 in the YouTube or in the Discord. Let's see, who do you reckon, guys, for next game week?
Highest point scorer. I'm going Trippier. Got to when I am parking the bus.
Yeah.
What about you?
I reckon.
Are you definitely parking the bus, Scott? Yeah.
Yeah.
have I mentioned it?
I reckon I'm going to go Bruno Fernandes.
Oh, Team Bruno.
What do you reckon?
Højlund. Because if I don't, yeah, I just think maybe he's got two good fixtures there. If you're a United striker, they need someone to step up. And yeah, why not? Right, are we ready?
Yeah. Just one clue at a time, Tony.
Are we ready?
Yeah.
I am a former professional footballer who played as a forward. I have represented both Scotland and Chelsea during my career. I have also played for Blackburn Rovers in the English Football League.
Former footballer.
Next one.
Any answers in the comments? No.
Hey, that one was easy. This is going to be difficult. Right, you ready for the next one then?
Yeah.
I was part of the Chelsea team that won the English First Division title in 83-84. And I later joined Blackburn Rovers where I made significant contributions on the field.
Kevin Gallagher?
No. He did turn into a Rovers legend, to be fair.
Oh, Baz said Gallagher as well. No.
No, next one.
Next one.
Colin Hendry's Andy Barnett's put. He weren't a striker, was he? Centre half.
No, centre half, Colin Hendry. After retiring from professional football, I became involved in international relations and diplomacy, working for organisations focused on conflict resolution and global issues.
Someone's put David Speedy.
Hey, is that Plevner? It is, isn't it?
Leeds United Andy.
Dave Speedy.
Leeds United Andy. Yeah, Plevner.
Has he cracked it?
He's cracked it. Speedy. David Speedy. Absolute legend.
I seen him tweet today.
What Speedy did?
Yeah, and there was a picture of him signing for Southampton, and he said it was the biggest mistake of his life. Him and Kerry Dixon Southampton at the same time in the picture.
Excellent. Well done, Plevner. I thought no one would get that, and that is why I switched to Heidegger Johnson. I did that one first.
Said Icelandic striker. It's a bit easy.
No, I know. I weren't meant to read that one out first. I was looking through the clues, and I thought, shit, yeah. As soon as you say Icelandic, it trims it right down, doesn't it?
But, yeah,
Speedy. Showing my age. Yeah. Showing my age as well. But I still know him. But yeah, quality he was for Rovers. Legend. Yeah. Where's the tunes? There we go. There we are. Right.
We've had a few going on there. They need the mini leagues this week. There must have been a few people doing.
They're fuming, aren't they?
There must have been a few doing well this week.
Yeah, go on, Scott.
I'll do the first one then. So the Tonic Cash League. Oh, just gonna have to zoom in on this a bit. Hang on. Tonic Cash League. Where are we? Right. So in 10th we've got A McGill. In 9th we've got Scott Harris. Well played.
Yay.
In 8th we've got H Cartridge. In 7th we've got L Greaves. In 6th we've got M Warlow. In 5th our very own Anthony Sutcliffe. In 4th we've got G Payne. In 3rd B McLaren. Always love this team name. In 2nd, Kindle and Buemo, C Tobin. And 1st, we've got M McKee. 1st place, top of the shop.
Walmart Statham.
There he is.
807th. 807th? 807 points, rather, sorry. That's a great start.
Scott is steaming.
Well
done. Yeah, next league. The Tonic Tag Team League. Go on, Ben.
Yeah. In 10th place, we've got Luke High and Charlie Luciano. In 9th place, our very own James Fricker and Ryan Driver.
Well done.
8th place, Tom Brinley and Aman Tatler. And 7th place, from the Hub, Paul McNulty and Andrew Ferguson. 6th place, Cal Gregg and Lee Chapman. 5th place, Simon Davies and Stephen Williams. In 4th place, our very own Tony Sutcliffe and Andy Barnett. The Blackburn Rovers.
The Rovers contingent.
3rd place, Louis Wright and Matthew Kent. In 2nd place, Baz McCormack and Ben Cole.
Bestos is up there.
Yeah. And top of the shop, Mark McKee and Patrick Bryson.
The Chancer.
The Chancer. The dodgy bastard.
Top of both leagues.
The fucking Chancer is that, lad. Yeah, well played. Well played, lads. That's nice. That can swap and change so quickly because obviously depending on 2 teams each time. But yeah, I know Brindley and Amon Tatler, the Hustlers, they were up there quite early. But yeah. Right, the Tonic Premier Division. Who's in this league? Because I'm not in the Premier League.
How did you get away with that?
Yeah, I got shafted out there, didn't I? Who's in the Premier League?
I'm in it, I know.
Go on then, Ben.
Want me to read it?
Yeah.
Yeah. 10th place, Seth Osborne. 9th place, Baz McCormack. 8th place, G. Paul. 7th place, Andy Barnett. 6th place, Scott Harris, the professor.
Oh, you dodgy fuck. You're all in there.
In 8th place, O'Higgins. In 4th place, Mark McKee. Only 4th in this one.
We've only had 2 weeks, haven't we?
In third place, Ashley Ingram, who's 111th in the world at the moment.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, well done, Ash.
Well done.
Keep it going, mate.
In second place, Owen Jones. And top of the shot, Ben Coles. Botman and Robin.
Great work.
Well done, lads. Obviously, depending on where you finish in this season and where you are midway through, depends on your rankings within the cup games. So the championship, the Patreon championship, top 10. Currently in 10th, got Aaron Wade. 9th, Jay Webb. 8th, Matthew Woolcock. 7th, Dan Sherwood. 6th, Connor Tobin. 5th, me. How many leagues am I 5th in? We're running it now. But yeah, anyway. 4th, Brian Fitzsimmons. 3rd, Al Manels. 2nd, G Hill. And top of the shop, Obi-Wan Basaka, A Stringer. Yeah.
Well done.
I think is it the top 6 that qualify for the Champions League next season? We're going to see. But yeah. League One players, unfortunately, we didn't get your league through in time due to Venezuelan time delays and all that jazz. We will ensure next week you have your updated league. So there is a league below, and you will get it. But yeah, thanks so much to everybody who subscribed, everyone who's listened, everyone who's joined us in live. It's just appreciated. We do appreciate it. We're just a few lads. We like to get together and talk about Dream Team, and you all make it worthwhile. So thank you very much, Ben. Next time, can you be on time and not have to do your hair?
Thanks for sending me the link, eh?
Was it? You've been watching the Beckham. You've been watching the Beckham documentary, and you've gone for the Beckham look. I'll get the curtain. I'll get the curtains out for the next one.
Tony will grow his ponytail back next time.
Oh no! Do you know what? Right? Hey, this is an interesting fact. Just before we go, so I had my hair long for a year, didn't I? I had my hair long, over shoulder length, for a year. Do you know what Mrs. said? She says, I don't like people with long hair. So hold on. I had fucking long hair for a year. Yeah, I know, but it's just not attractive. All right. So basically, what she was trying to do was stop any woman looking at me. Honestly,
that's tactics.
It is tactics. Clever bitch. But yeah. Anyway, she's still with me. But yeah. Anyway.
That's it.
Just a quick one at the end. I know we said it halfway through, but the Coventry meetup, please, if you can make it, honestly, we'll have a cracking time. If you can make that March 17th on a Sunday, book the Monday off work, get yourselves up on a train, up or down, whichever way you might come from. Get yourselves to Coventry, and we'll all have a nice drink, have some good food, and have a nice meet-up. So, Yeah. Cheers, everyone, for listening. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Don't forget to plug DT Professor's target the game week 9 midweek.
Oh
video.
yeah. If you're looking for a bit more before the before it all kicks off after international break, I'll have a video about midweek top players to target game week 9. Did you want to give a shout out to Footy Fits as well, Tony? While you're there,
always. I'm not putting it out on today, but yeah, I'm trying to calm it down. Sammy Smodics. Hey, look at that.
Good.
Beautiful design. No, but anyway, yeah, I'm not giving it a shout out today because I'm too busy. Too many orders.
You better go and get packing then.
Yeah,
get packing them orders.
They're all there stacked up. Yeah, footyfits.co.uk if you fancy a bit of different sports apparel.
See you later.
See you later,
Cheers,
chat.
everyone.
See you later.